ask you about is another great that we used to talk about. And we were talking about musical intimidation, right? And I was talking about how my idol, and I'm sure the gentleman that you revere, Art Tatum, used to literally intimidate pianists. And it's one thing for people to understand what the word means insofar as lifestyle, but insofar as a musical style, I can remember, as you, I'm sure you vividly remember, what pianists used to feel like when he used to walk in the room that they were playing in. What did you get out of Tatum? When did you first meet Art Tatum, first of all?
Oh, I met Art many, many years ago, and we were traveling through Toledo, and I was with Benny Moten, you know, and I made the mistake. We stopped over in Toledo for a stopover, you know, and I made the mistake of said there was a piano there in this little room, you know, and I don't know, and you know, I just I don't know what made me sit down at this piano and play. And in those days, I thought I could stride a little bit, you know. Yeah. And somebody walked over and they said, "This is Art Tatum being here, man." And I really hadn't heard of him too much, you know. So something told me to get up from that piano. So I listened to that, something told me. And I got up. And Art walked in there, and he must have been there. I don't know what brought him in there, but somebody must have told him as a kid in there trying to play some piano or something like that. So he walked in there and just played a half a chorus or something. And that was all. That's how I met Art, really.
Really?
And, but then I heard him several times later on at a lot of different meetings when everything was quiet when he walked in and sat down. That's the way it's always been.
How about the piano parties? You mentioned once about...
Except when you came, and he really admired you an awful lot. Art. And I remember the time when you went looking for him.
No, I just
knocked on his door.
I was always suicidal.
No, it wasn't like that. No, he respected you an awful lot.
Oh, I loved that. We were very close friends. But you know, you told us some time ago about a very funny scene where he walked up behind you when you were having in the middle.
Oh yeah, we were at this little club in Los Angeles. And everybody was there that night. Buddy Rich was sitting in for Joe Jones, who had just been inducted in the Army. And Tommy Dorsey was there, and he was playing. And who was it? Artist Joe, I believe. A couple of other guys were playing, and the band was just swinging. And somebody touched me on the shoulder, and then looked back and was on me. He said, "Hey." I said, "What key you playing in?" I said, "B flat, and you ain't playing, too." He said, "What's wrong?" I said, "You're not playing this piano now. The next set." I've never been on that one, boy. Because when he sits down, everything is destroyed.
Yeah.
And nothing else happens
it's true.
After that.
Well, this is what I meant about the intimidation, because when Art Tatum used to play, my feeling about it was that whether it was certainly a pianist that thought they wanted to follow him, they would change their mind. And if it was a horn of some sort, there was always a scuffle as to who was going to play the next solo following the piano solo. They'd be all pushing each other saying, "Well, you got it." And they said, "No, you've got it." You know, because he played so much, and he had a trick he used to do. If a soloist was playing, they're playing something above this tempo, he would lay one of these on him like... And of course, right?
That's just what you've been doing to me all the time.
No. But that was one. But I don't think. I think that Art actually did that because he was like kind of a prankster. You know, he loved doing it. He was very much in love with his instrument. We all know that.
Yeah, I don't think he could stand any spaces.
No.
He couldn't stand no space.
Now, he filled up all the boxes.
That's right, yeah.
But, the thing that I admired about him was, I remember the intimidation that I suffered when I first met him. And I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm, as a matter of fact, very honored to say it, because he meant a lot to me and still does. And I used to come apart whenever he'd come in, just be destroyed. I'd be playing something and go into my... that bag, anything. And he took me aside one night and he said, you know, if you have to hate me, if that's what's going to make you get over this, you just have to hate me. You know, you can't just hate somebody, you know, just voluntarily.
I can.
Yeah. No. You can? I don't believe that.
But pretty, but beautiful.
And I thought you cared all these years. And really, it wasn't a case of really hating him. I had to ignore him as best I could. If you can ever ignore death, you know, I had to ignore him, you know. And one night he had a way of talking to pianists through the instrument. And one night he came into where I was playing, and I had gotten over this nemesis of, you know, not being able to play. And we went to an after-hour joint afterwards. And he rolled over with us. He said, boy, you sure played good. Sound good. You've been getting it together, right? And usually in the after-hour places, you know, the great instigations that used to go on, they'd see two piano players together and say art. They'd say, well, why don't you play something? And Art, you play something. You know, he went straight to the piano. And he, like, just took it apart, literally. You know, just wasted everything on the piano.
He'd play something like what?
Pardon?
What will he play? Something like about 8 bars of what? Something like what?
Oh, I know. I can't really do it because I'm not.
Just a little bit, about 8 bars.
I can't do it, really.
You do it.
I have never imitated it.
No, I know, but you just play 8 bars. Just play 8 bars. Just 8 bars? Just play some 8 bars.
He went through about, I don't know, he went through about 10 minutes of something and just wasted it all. And he came back over and he sat down beside me and he said, you know, when I get through, you can have it. And, you know, he wasn't an ego. He was a very proud man. He should have been. And I think that, I don't think there is a pianist today, if they really want to be honest, of that era that wasn't influenced by him. Do you agree?
I'm with you.
I think so. I think
Absolutely.
that Arcadian, along with Charlie Parker, who had the same kind of influence
Yeah.
on saxophone players or Lester Young or certainly Coleman Hawkins.